If you're tired of paying over $5 a gallon for gas, maybe even closer to that $6 range, you may be thinking about going electric.
And before you do, there are some things you might want to take into consideration. Gianna Franco is here with this week's Travel Tuesday. And G, does California have the infrastructure to accommodate the demand for all of these EVs?
Yeah, you know, the good news is California is doing a good job in comparison to other states. Yes, California does get higher marks with over 42,000 registered charging stations. But you know what's equally important is the type of charging stations that are available.
California has had a lot of charging stations for a long time. So that would probably indicate that the charging stations in California are not superchargers or the best superchargers, which is very important when it comes to charging infrastructure, because you need to be able to charge your electric vehicle quickly.
And here's something you really want to think about as well as the charging time. It can be anywhere from 30 minutes to 8 hours, and that can actually vary depending on the size of your battery and what kind of charger you're using. So where you might actually save in money, you might give up in time. Really something to consider when you're purchasing that electric vehicle.
And what about taking those long road trips? Because that's always the concern is, will I make it all the way there? How would that work out?
Yeah, and you and I both make that trek from Northern California to Southern California very often. Well, if you are staying in the state, you're going to have a lot of options. But again, it's more about finding those supercharging stations. Traveling to other states, guys, that's where it gets tricky. There are several states not as prepared to handle the demand, so lots of planning needs to happen for longer distances. The good news is most of those states are on the East Coast, like New Jersey's not very well prepared. So yeah, if you're here locally, you're probably going to be okay, but you might be waiting a little longer than just grabbing some gas.
You do see those charging stations, but it's always a concern. Will you make it? So maybe a hybrid option too might be a good option.
That's a very good idea. In fact, a lot of people consider that to just save money on gas, but you still have the electric option. You just can't go as far.
Yeah. Had to balance